Following the collapse of a 6-story church building at Achimbatabi in the eastern region. NADMO is still leading a mission to rescue or retrieve bodies trapped in the rubble.
We want to remove every debris and be sure that nobody is under the debris, whether alive or dead.
We'll hear more from the regional minister and take you live to the scene of this tragic incident. Top Story is brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting and Balakwa Mineral Water. I am Ernest Manu. Tonight, 3 more bodies have been retrieved from the rubble in the church building collapse at Achimbatabi in the eastern region. The death toll now stands at 12 and 8 others are said to be in critical condition receiving treatment at the hospital. The 6-story uncompleted building collapsed last night when some members of the Church of Prosperity gathered to pray. The National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, is on the ground working to rescue or retrieve bodies from the rubble. We'll hear from them shortly, but first listen to some eyewitnesses who spoke to Adom News shortly after this tragic incident.
We heard the rumbling when the building started collapsing. Because of the dust, we could not see much of what was happening, but we kept running out of the building. We had just closed from church. I think there were 52 of us. The foundation of the building started cracking. It got us so scared, so we started running. I managed to move away from where I was standing. Immediately, the place I was standing also collapsed. That caused me to fall down so heavily, with dust all over my face. I could not see, but I am okay now.
Yeah, maybe so abonting, maybe about echo 20 in so abonting. And then I sorry, and yeah, sorry, name is Andrana. Ande no more, sorry, no, but almost not so for no home fan, even more. That's one who was a mobile empire man. And his uncle for no, any one war harder than I said, you might have 400. And then he said, not so for Ono the one dying to one so. Davi. And as a one more bomb pay a mass of no so them. One war man. Yeah.
The Koya Salo was through. Into your buying. Now, what will be a madam? You're the one here today. A diner for the day. Into your manner. Mfuntuma dynasty ntutu na de ntini ehun hwe ne ye di am ka ye di na bodos na mo so dem na ye sister tu na why you are sorry na na ya pon asole ye ko ya asole wo soro ne ye beda e bantan how de wo tutu ye ja bio ani na yesu
And so you have some eyewitnesses speak to Adom News' Kwesi Azo. He joins us on the line right now. Kwesi, you have been following the story since it broke last night. First of all, is there an update from the 12 that we already know? Hello, Kwesi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, is there an update on the death toll so far?
Yes, the death toll has moved to 15 currently.
So three more bodies have been retrieved from the rubble.
Yes, three more bodies have been retrieved. Just now that they brought a certain man, and a certain man, and he is dead. They just took him to the morgue just now, right now, this evening. So it has moved to 15 now. As I'm talking to you right now, we have about 5 excavators working very hard to retrieve some of the bodies from the collapsed building. The security, the soldiers, and the police, they are all here, working very hard to retrieve the bodies from the collapsed building currently.
And I'm wondering how the residents have been reacting to this news since it broke. Tell us the mood in the community.
Yes, they have expressed a lot of shock. But if you're a pressman and you get to them that you want to talk to them, they say, no, we won't talk. With the church members, if you get to them, they say, no, we won't talk. I don't know what the authorities have been telling them, but if you get to them and you're a pressman, they say, no, we won't talk to you. But you could see from their faces that they are shocked and they are very sad. But if you get to them, they say, no, we won't talk.
But you spoke to this lady. I want us to listen to her, and then we'll be back for you to interpret what exactly she's been saying.
Okay.
Okay, Friday. No, any message that you know. Okay, I'm so bad. Oh, do I have any idea about it? It's no catch. I'm so bad. It's you know. Oba, you know. Sunday no more plans. Sorry, no. No, they never any money here. No more funny, bro. No more here fasting. I'm done here, too. Sister Vivian.
What you know?
Me pass on that be.
What hospital honor?
Me pass on can ho.
On can hospital honor.
Me pass on.
Two suspects said la or the war
me pass on.
Now more friendly phone, more try some more friendly phone.
Because we are friends, we be in fact.
And so, as you can imagine, families are moving to the scene of this incident to try and find their relatives, people they believe might have been affected by this. Kwesi, just a quick translation of the interview there.
Yes. The little girl says she attended the same church with her sister here at Church of Prosperity. So the sister came to church on last Sunday, and the sister says the pastor is very sick. So that the authority of the church says they should, fast for the pastor. And she couldn't do it, but the sister says she can do it. And the sister says she can do it. So the sister was having a 7-year-old boy, and the sister sent the 7-year-old boy to the house, and the younger sister also went to the house. The elder sister was there with the church authorities and other church members, fasting and praying for the pastor, and the incident happened. So she came to find out that the sister is no more. That's why she was crying. Basically, my brother, I have the NADMO coordinator for the district here, and I want to talk to him, have 1 or 2 words with him. My brother, many thanks for joining us on Joy News. Your name and what has happened so far, your expectation or what you've experienced so far with regards to how the military and the joint military team are working here.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is William Sinjan.
Okay.
Actually, now we have done our best, and we are still doing our best. The military team and the NADMO research and rescue team are here to help. We have this morning, like 2 a.m. this morning, we started the search. Now we're able to find about 14. When they add that to what yesterday, we had 14 dead. No, it's 15.
15 dead.
Confirmed dead.
Yes.
Yeah, confirmed dead. 8 female and 7 male so far.
So tell us, will the work continue till when?
Yes, until we clear all the debris from the area and find out there's no any dead body or any person there. Then we say we have finished our work.
Yeah, it appears this morning the leader of the church was invited by the police. Have you seen him here?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen him here. Six morning, I haven't seen him.
Okay. So, my brother, that was the NADMO district coordinator for Asanemansra Crosso district. If you have any questions.
Yes, Kwesi, so you spoke to the NADMO director. He's indeed confirmed that 15 people so far. But then, have you heard or seen the church leaders at the scene of this incident? We're talking about the Church of Prosperity. Have they come out to speak? Have they been at the scene?
As I indicated earlier on, the leader of the church was invited by Achimota Divisional Police this morning. Currently, I could see what I'm told that he's back, he's around, and I mean some of the church members are also here cheering him up, and I've seen him there. He's there.
Thank you very much. That's Adum FM's Kwesi Azo bringing us an update on this tragic incident at Achim Batabi in the eastern region. We have 15 bodies retrieved so far from the rubble after a 6-story church building collapsed. There 8 are in the hospital receiving treatment. This is Top Story. Let's go to the phone lines now and speak to the Eastern Regional Minister, Mr. Kwache Dafo. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on Top Story. At this point, more than 24 hours after this incident, should we be talking about the retrieval of bodies, or there's some glimmer of hope to indeed rescue people?
Well, we need to see those who are buried under the rubble, whether they are dead or alive.
And I'm just wondering, with the team that you're working with, are they getting any indication that persons who are trapped in there could be alive?
We are just trying to find out. The heap of rubble is so huge. I mean, but we cannot stop.
So how long do we intend to go with this?
We cannot tell. We are working with 5 excavators. And we are also trying to, as we scavenge through the rubbles, we clear it from the site. We are clearing the rubble from the site completely.
And earlier you indicated that you are working with people from national security. We had earlier also from the Minister in charge of national security, Henry Korte, indicates that they are bringing in some more equipment, some more excavators. Do you have enough on the ground?
We have 5 excavators now and a large crane. Apart from that, we have payloaders and tipper trucks. The tipper trucks are, evacuating the debris from the site. The excavators are pulling and tearing the rubbles apart so we can know whether there's somebody hiding under the rubble.
The bodies that have been retrieved so far, have they been identified?
I cannot tell, but definitely some might have been identified by relatives. Because you could see, sometimes you remove a body and then somebody will be shouting that, this is my relative. But the thing is such that you don't go asking all these questions. We are focused on trying to retrieve the bodies or trying to rescue people who are in the rubble.
Now, you indicated that investigations have started into this. I'm wondering what briefing you've had from the police so far on this issue.
Investigations happen. No, I'm not so much concerned with the investigations now. Our focus, like I said, is to retrieve the bodies, whether they are dead or alive. Afterwards, we will do the investigation. And then people who are working with us, NADMO, jungle warfare, 1BN people, the army, all of them, the ambulance service, all of them are there. And as we go along, I believe they'll be picking data, they'll be picking signals, so that when they begin a proper investigation, they can know how it should go.
You have been on the ground, and we talk about the structural integrity of this building, which you say you suspect the engineers did not follow through with the process. But then, how has this affected the environment and other structures within this enclave?
Oh, I don't think it has affected any other building. You know, they have a very large expanse of land, and they are there alone. I mean, certain portions of their land is still virgin, and so the collapse of the building did not affect the other building.
And already, are we putting in place any what is happening to those who are at the hospital? Is the state taking care of them? Are we footing the bills? And
they are being taken care of by the medical people. It has not come to the cost yet.
Thank you very much. That's the Regional Minister, Eric Kwachida, for bringing us an update on the situation there. We'll be speaking to the Safety of Bureau, the Bureau of Safety, for some more analysis on this, because the issue of structural integrity has come up. As we know, for now, national security is on the ground. We also have NADMO leading the effort right now. The minister has indicated that they will not stop until they retrieve the last person from this. We know that over 60 people gathered at this auditorium, the Church of Prosperity in Batabi, in the eastern region, to pray for their pastor, who we are told is indisposed. And as a result, we saw this happening. The church came crashing down, and only 8 people escaped. Even then, the 8 are seriously injured and are in critical condition. You're listening to Top Story here on Joy 99.7 FM. We will go into the phone line shortly, and we'll speak to the Bureau of Safety. They have been raising issues with structural integrity, but the Lantern Natural Resources Minister has also been speaking today about this story. Well, he says that citizens must endeavor to report to the Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority, LUPSA, whenever they suspect a structure has integrity issues.
I'm saying that this has to be brought to the attention of LUPSA. LUPSA has its offices at every district assembly. The old town and country planning office is for LUPSA. So when it is brought to the attention, then they will go through this law made in 1996, which enjoins them to demolish structures that have been put up without permit. And first, they will have to give notice to the contractor or the owner of the structure for limited days. If he doesn't do, then they can go to court and seek orders of the court to have it demolished. They don't do it on their own. They will have to pass through the legal process to have it demolished. But you see, the issue is that some of the officers, if they had lived at one particular area for long, they find it difficult to do this because they may know the people around and they wouldn't want their names to be mentioned. Right.
Right, so finally, sir, in this situation, what should be done to those who are in charge of the building now that the building has collapsed?
The families of such people will have to take them up, will have to take the matter up legally.
All right.
Yes. They go on civil to bring an action against them.
And that's the Lantern Natural Resources Minister, Asuma Cherma, speaking there on this tragic incident today that we are bringing to you here on Top Story. 15 people. The update is that 15 bodies have so far been retrieved from the rubble after a church building, a 6-story church building, collapsed at Achim Batabi in the eastern region. 8 others are in critical condition, receiving treatment at the hospital. The state is footing the bill. We heard that from the Regional Minister, Kwachida, who says that they will not stop until they retrieve the last person, dead or alive. This is a very worrying situation. Already, family members are trooping to the scene of the incident to try and locate their relatives whom they suspect may have been affected by this. About 60 church members gathered in this auditorium to pray for their pastor who is sick. It was a prayer and fasting program, we are told, and in the process, we saw the building come crashing down, and this is the result that we're witnessing right now. This is Top Story brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting. Let's go on to the phone lines again and speak to the Bureau of Safety. Samson Jeklu joins us now. He's the technical officer with the Bureau. Thank you very much, Mr. Jeklu, for your time here on Top Story. You earlier raised the issue of structural integrity. We're hearing from the minister that this building has been there for more than 25 years. Hello, Mr. Jeklu, can you hear me?
It's a bit faint from your end. I'm not able to hear it clearly.
Well, if you can hear me now, if the line is better now, you spoke earlier about the issue of structural integrity. We've witnessed this in many other incidents in the central region. We saw a school building collapse, killing children. What is the way forward? How can we deal with this decisively?
Okay, so if you can hear me clearly, I'll just make this 2 points. Now, going forward, as I stated earlier in one of my interviews, we need to ensure the MMDs, the building inspectors within the MMDs, need to ensure that whoever is constructing is following the guidelines, is following the process, because there are guidelines to which we construct in this building. There are laws governing the construction. So if someone comes for a permit, they need to monitor the construction. This building has been there for over 20 years, 25 years, as is clearly stated. The question is that over the period of the 20 years, did the building inspectors at any point caution that this building is not safe for occupation, and those who are using it, were they cautioned? What has been the history on the construction of this building? So we need to ensure that these things are put in place to secure lives and make sure people are safe within those spaces. Because the only institution at that level mandated to monitor the general construction is the building inspectors at the MMDs. Even an architect who is a supervisor will still fall under the supervision of the building inspectors, because they're supposed to ensure that the right things are done.
Because you work in this space, do you know if they are well resourced to do this job that they are mandated to?
Yes, so that is another challenge on that side, because I know that they have always been complaining that they don't have enough trained building inspectors who will be putting on the field. So going forward, we need to also improve upon the resources available to the MMDs. We need to give them the resources, because every year, KNUST trains architects, engineers who come out, write the professional exams. We need to start from these resources and ensure that we staff the MMD to be able to monitor the general construction and development within the spaces where they are located.
Thank you very much for your time. That's the technical officer with the Bureau of Safety, Samson Jeklu. Join us here on Top Story, brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting, and isn't it amazing when your network cares about you so much that they do amazing things for you? You guessed it, I'm talking about the Vodafone Cash, dropping all charges when you send money to all networks. Yes, you heard right. It costs nothing, absolutely nothing, when you send money via Vodafone Cash to all networks. Just send any amount as many times as you want to any network and pay zero charges on the money sent. So go ahead, make your payment, show your love, make contributions, send money to all you networks and to all persons you want via Vodafone Cash, and it is free. Dial *110# to send the money for free. Vodafone, the future is exciting. We're back with Newsnight after this break.